want to give a round of applause to myself. Happy I did it. Happy I did it. This was my 2025 regular season preview. I did 32 teams, all 32 teams. Finishing it up right now. This is my last team. This is my favorite team. And I said I need to do every team and I need to save the best for last. Philadelphia! Man. I'm happy I got through everybody, but it's time to talk about the leaders of all these teams. These are all the teams. 31 teams. There's only one champ. This says EAGLES, Eagles. Just so you know. Just so y'all know. We got the light right. Something's not right. Hold on. Jalen Green on. I'm prepped. I got a Super Bowl MVP. You see the patch? We're going to get the MVP patch somewhere on here. Y'all know what time it is. Finally talking about the team we actually want to talk about. We here to talk about Philadelphia. I want to talk about Philadelphia. So let's go. Coming into the 2024 season, we were all confused with what was going to happen with Philadelphia. Going back 2 years to 2020-23, I'm still confused how we ended the season off like that. We beat the Chiefs. We beat the Bills. And then we lost 7, 8 straight on our way losing to Baker Mayfield. I'm still mad about that, by the way. Let's put a stat out there. The only quarterbacks to beat Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Baker Mayfield in the playoffs. That's it. Ridiculous. But going back to that, we made changes going into the 2024 season. The changes were, we're going to bring the OG from Miami, Vic Fangio. Miami, for some reason, didn't want him anymore. With 1 year of this guy, I have no idea why. Then we went out and got an OC from the Chargers. Now, as an Eagles fan, I can tell y'all since week 1 versus the Patriots, I was cussing out both our offensive and defensive coordinators. Cussed them both out nice and well. What the hell were y'all doing? Well, it looks like Howie and Sirianni were kind of on the same page. Got rid of both of them. Brought 2 new guys in, and those 2 new guys turned out to be masterful pieces. Kellen Moore put the offense back in its natural rhythm with the addition of Saquon Barkley, and Vic Fangio took a defense that was, dare I say, the worst defense in the NFL. Nobody could tackle. Nobody could play football. We had cornerbacks that were just allowing receivers to catch balls, and when they had a chance for the pick, let the ball go right through their hands. It was dreadful to watch that season. I watched Drew Lock have a comeback. I watched. It was rough. So coming into the 2024 season, we didn't know what to think. We didn't know what to expect, and we started off 2-2. We lost to Baker Mayfield again. Turns out he's our kryptonite, him and Todd Bowles. We gonna see y'all this season, but let's bring it back now. After our bye week, it turns out we found something. Enough trying to prove people in the media what this offense can do. Let's do rule number 1. And rule number 1, if this is your first video of mine, this is the number 1 rule in football, the number 1 rule in sports. You play to win the game. And keep this close, because rule number 2 is just as important as rule number 1. Rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. It's the only thing that matters in this game. And after the bye week, the Philadelphia Eagles said, you know what? Back to the basics. And we started winning and winning and winning. Now, I'm not going to say everybody was happy with this. There was a game versus Jacksonville. Thank God for no Kobe Dean with the pick. We were going for it on 4th down and not making it. We had a comfortable lead. We think the game's over, and all of a sudden the team comes back. That was rough. We won that game, and I was cussing out Nick Sirianni. It got better for me when A.J. Brown had his little debacle and in an interview said what could be better, and he said passing. People who weren't Eagles fans came out and said, oh, there's beef in Philadelphia. I said, there's no beef. He's honest. I think the same thing. And somebody has to say it. And once it was said, all of a sudden we started piecing the offense together even a little bit better. Then our quarterback goes out and gets hurt versus Frankie Louisville. I was there seeing it for myself. A dirty-ass hit. Don't have him for a couple games. That's when we find out we got a solid backup in this Kenny Pickett. And then in the future, we found out we had another solid backup in this Mormon Missile. I like that we kept him. I like that we always had him. He's never been really a practice squad guy. He's always been on the team, but we've always kept him. He's always a secret. He was a secret until last year. He's not a secret anymore. Mormon Missile might be starting on a team near you this season. You ain't going to be able to fool Howie, though. Y'all going to have to give something up. But that's neither here nor there. Going back to Philadelphia, we then went into the playoffs, not as the number one seed. Had to play our wild card game. Ridiculous wild card game at that. And then we had our game versus the Rams. That game was scary. That was probably the most nervous I had been all season. Our quarterback had gotten hurt. We had already watched our team give up 2 fourth late game touchdown drives. We actually lost to Kirk Cousins in our Super Bowl year. This is God playing a joke just on me, not playing a joke on anybody else. I talk trash about 2 quarterbacks only, Baker Mayfield and Kirk Cousins. And God made sure in our Super Bowl year, they both beat us. What a joke. What a joke. I'm trying to laugh about it, but it's not even funny. Kirk Cousins beat us. That's neither here nor there. Now, going into the Super Bowl, going into the NFC Championship game, everybody had presumed that because the quarterbacks were better, we weren't going to win. Well, we won. We won the Super Bowl. Easily, by the way. And in the offseason, while Howie's out here working, while Howie's out here being the best GM in the league, our Philadelphia players were coming to realization they don't even care about being champs. They didn't even care. They started going to their workouts. I mean, I guess we just go back to doing what we did when we weren't the champs, right? And I love that. Watching Jalen Hurts post that he's up at 4:30, and then watching Devontae post that he's up at 4 o'clock, and watching AJ said, what did AJ say?
Man, I really love the game.
Yeah.
And it ain't for attention, it ain't for money, it ain't for cars, clothes, and not even for that trophy. It's the daily grind and me putting in that time and me believing in something that can't nobody see but me.
These guys are maturing as champions. These guys are maturing as adults. And the one thing that I understand, even with all the hate that they've received and all the backlash, AJ, you shouldn't be reading books on the sideline. Jalen, you can't throw to your top guys. Saquon's carrying you guys. You guys are only good because of good offensive line. That defense is stacked. The Cooper DeJean is nasty. Where was this 2 years ago when we had an 8-game losing streak? We weren't the best talented team there. And to look at what we did in this offseason with everybody just maturing mentally, there's a problem for you guys on the way. And I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to make a ridiculous statement. It will be ridiculous to everybody that's not an Eagle. Jalen Hurts is going to have an all-pro MVP-like season. I say that because with all the hate, and it is hate, you don't win the Super Bowl and you're out of people's top 10 and they say, yeah, it's not hate, it's respect, but he just has to earn it. Earn what? Earn what? There's only one quarterback in NFL history that has ever lost the Super Bowl and went back. So, when it comes to our quarterback, I expect him to be on his P's and Q's mentally. When it comes to our offensive line, I love how they're connected to our quarterback. I love how the connection with each other. I love seeing Jordan with Jalen, and it's a different type of relationship than Lane with Jalen, and it's a different type of relationship than with Cam with Jalen, and Tyler's going to finally get to start, and Tyler has always been a great swing guard for us, but now you're a starter, and now it's time to step it up. Kevin Patullo running the offense now. It's time to step it up. Everybody knows what we want to do, but it doesn't matter. As the Super Bowl showed, if you want to stop Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to use an extra man. And if you bring that extra man into the box, then we have the most accurate deep ball thrower in the NFL. Don't believe me? Go look at some highlights. Tell me who throws a better ball deep. They ain't no reaching out for the ball. 45 yards away, the ball's right here. It's right here. Defensively, I'm expecting Vic Fangio to actually upgrade the offense that was the number one offense last year. How do you upgrade an offense that was number one last year? You give them more of a little leash. You give them more to do. Cooper DeJean was asked to do a good amount at the slot. We're now hearing he's moving to safety. We're now hearing he's moving to the outside corner. Quinyon Mitchell was asked to play his side and played well. We now hear he's following AJ in practice sometimes. We now hear he's following number one sometimes in case we want to move him around. We now have a linebacking core where 2 years ago it was the worst linebacking core ever known, not to Philadelphia, not in that season, possibly one of the worst linebacking cores ever. Couldn't tackle. These guys just got in the way and hoped that the rest of everybody came. Now we got Zach Braun, first team All-Pro, Nakobe Dean, 100 tackles, beast. Like, I'm so proud that Nakobe Dean came on and had the season he had, man. When during the draft, I thought, why is he falling? And everybody's like, yeah, he's too small. He's not going to get to learn the game. He's probably not going to be that good. And then when you start seeing how the career started coming out, it was like, damn, maybe he's not going to be that good. Then we got Devin White, and I was like, damn, maybe that's it for Nakobe. And then he came out and had a great season. That Jags game is over because of him. So now understanding he got injured, and that injury sucked. I hated that injury. Can't wait for you to come back. We went out and got Jahad Campbell. We went out and literally drafted in the first round the backup for our linebacker. Ain't that crazy? We're using our first round picks on backup linebackers that we're going to put in at outside, that we're going to be able to move around anywhere we want. We're weaponizing the defense now. We're not getting guys to make the defense, to get the blueprint of the defense, and to make sure that we have the blueprint already. Carter, Bond, Q, the Coop. We got Q, the Coop in the back, and we got Reed. So we kind of set. We're kind of set. Now we're just weaponizing it. Now you guys know where the three keys are, but now you guys got to worry about everybody else. Nolan's coming back. G-Links is going to be a beast. Then we got Jihad. Never mind the fact you guys need to double team, triple team, quadruple team Jalen Carter. The possibilities of this defense are endless. But with possibility, there is also, with the greatest strengths, there is also, with the chance of being the number one defense, there is also a chance, there is also an opening, there is also a weakness. The one position everybody in Philadelphia has been worried about is this cornerback 2 spot. Cornerback 2 in Philadelphia last year was held by none other than Darius Big Play Slay. Now, Slay, I know you were the number one, you were the vet, but once Quinyon came and we saw quarterbacks start looking at Quinyon and be like, hell nah, I'm going to throw over here. We got games of Jaden McDaniels looking at Quinyon and not throwing at Quinyon Think about it. He didn't throw to the left side all game. Terry McLaurin had to walk his ass across the line, across the field to the right side to get his first target and catch of the game. It was that bad. It was that bad. So Quinion became our number one last year. Coop, you play in the slot. You can't be number two, but you played great last year as well. Now, when it comes to this season, when it comes to what we need to watch out for, that wide receiver 2 spot is very important. Because teams are going to test it. Whether it's Ringo, whether it's Jackson. I'm hearing it's going to be Jackson. Week 1, we got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. We're going to find out real soon how our DB room is going to be. We know we got 2 guys for sure. Now I'm hearing the rookie Mac McWilliams might get in. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm expecting Philadelphia to have a great year. I'm expecting them to build, and I'm expecting them to possibly be the most mentally prepared team out of everyone. It was like that during that first Super Bowl run with Jalen, where we knew what we had to do offensively. We do it, we win the game, we walk out, we go home. Now we have a different style of offense, and now we learn that this offense can win us Super Bowls. It was cool to win us the conference. It was cool to bring us to the NFC Championship game. I was there. Saquon ran right to me first play of the game. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I'm going to record every time that they do the Eagles fly chant. I have 7 recordings on my phone. Fly, Eagles, fly. They didn't have fireworks anymore. We didn't have fireworks anymore. We were scoring so many touchdowns. It was amazing. Last year was a movie. I am so happy. In my lifetime, I got to experience. I heard Bro say this in the news. I watch Bro's media all the time. I watch everybody Eagles. I'm Eagles fanatic. I heard Bro say, in my lifetime, I just wanted one. And we got one with Nick Foles. But now we got a guy who wears this number, who carries himself like only one person I've ever seen in the league before, who used to like to say, my favorite ring is the next one. Well, our guy didn't even try on the ring he earned in February. He didn't even try it on. You want to wear it? That man gave it to his wife. Yo, Jalen Hurts so quiet. That man just gave it to his wife. You can have it. Take that. Happy 1 month anniversary. Super Bowl ring? What? But he's so mentally, he's tapped. He's tapped. He wants to shut everybody up. I believe our quarterback might be a little insane. And it might be a good thing. I love his mentality. I love watching him on the football field when he's mic'd up and nothing's going on, so he's not even excited. You know, when you follow like Buddhist monks, they tell you when you're focused, just focus on yourself. That's when you know you're focused. You just focus on yourself. You're not focused on what's happening to the left, what's happening to the right. Jalen Hurts has a touchdown run versus the Rams. He's running the whole time. Touchdown. Beep. Yeah. That's it. That's all you get. But in that brain of his, he's working it. He's working it. I'm focused, and I'm focused to beat all of these guys. You see, they made a list. Jalen Hurts is in the top 10. He's not in the top 5. He's number 9. ESPN came out with that list. Then Cam Newton came out and said, you know, Jalen Hurts, he's not even a top 10 quarterback. And Dan Orlovsky said, top 10? I don't even have Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes in my top 10 when it comes to mechanics. Hey, what are y'all talking about, man? What are y'all talking about? Are y'all watching the same season that I'm watching? That's right. You guys are the multiverse guys. You guys are the guys that, like in Marvel, when they put on the multiverse and they're going through time and space and all this, and we got to go into the galaxy. Whoo! Let's go into a world where Jalen Hurts isn't here and we got Justin Herbert. Let's go into a world where Jalen Hurts isn't here and we got Jaden Daniels. Could these guys do the same thing that Jalen Hurts has done? The answer? I don't care a little bit. It doesn't even matter. I don't live in a multiverse. I don't live where Marvel is real. Marvel is the movie. Madden is not even real. So wherever you guys are getting this multiverse stuff, please leave it over there. Don't bring this multiverse stuff over here. We don't do multiverse. We don't do multiverse. We go off the reality. We go off what has actually been done. And what has actually been done is our quarterback went to the Super Bowl and outplayed Patrick Mahomes the first time. And then he went back to the Super Bowl, outplayed Patrick Mahomes the second time, and won the Super Bowl. He then didn't even put on his ring because the man is so focused on going to the Super Bowl again. There are rumors that in Jalen Hurts' wedding that nobody has seen pictures of, this man put the wedding ring on his wife and then took a football that was waiting for him and threw it to his groomsmen. That is a rumor at the wedding. Did the man throwing footballs in his wedding? Footballs in the wedding? So while everybody's sitting here hating on Jalen Hurts is out here getting busy. Getting busy. I mean, y'all seen it. Man kind of look like the next MJ. He kind of got to feel like he might be the next Tom Brady. Now, am I going a little too far? No. Tom Brady's not the most talented quarterback. But what Tom Brady had was a mental fortitude that nobody could compare to. Tom Brady mentally wasn't the number one mental guy. He was number 1, 2, and 3. He owned the top. And nobody could even get close to that. That's why he could just walk onto another team and go win a Super Bowl. That's why he can say, I knew the Kansas City Chiefs defense better than they knew themselves. Think about that. You take a step to the right, and this man knows what defense you're in. You take a step to the left, and he knows where you're coming to blitz. They waxed the Chiefs the same way that the Eagles did. And it wasn't because of talent. It wasn't because of skill. It was because they had the mental ability to read the defense. Now we're going to look into the 2025 season. And with all the additions that we have had, subtractions that we have had, we're going to keep the main thing the main thing. So let's take a look. First departure, Bryce Huff. I mean this with all due respect. Good riddance, brother. Next, we have Mekhi Becton. Thank you for the Super Bowl, Mr. Mekhi Becton. Going to the Chargers now. Next off, this is going to be tough. BG. The two toughest happy retirements I had to do on here was first Tyrann Mathieu for the Saints and Brandon Graham. Because Brandon Graham always reminds me of who I was back then. Brandon Graham talks about, they called me a bus. That was me. I take responsibility for that. We drafted this guy in the first round. What the hell's going on? What type of defensive end wears 54? Who is this guy? First rounder? I used to be hot. I didn't understand it. It took a little while. But then you started to grow on me, bro. You started to grow and grow and grow. And then you became a leader for our defense. We had Trent Cole. We had Javon Curse. We've had leaders before. But you were bred by us. You were developed by us. And the way that you talk about Philadelphia, man, sometimes you hate being on the wrong side of things because you're like, damn, I was wrong. I was happy to be wrong about you. There's something about that BG talk. Now, Cox with the best celebration, one of the best celebrations in Eagles history, but the way you just talk that talk, brother, that's football at its finest. Competitive nature at its finest. This man was talking to himself. BG used to talk to everybody, and if there was nobody around, he would talk to himself. And man, you had a great ending to your career. I honestly thought you were coming back, injury or not, because at one point you looked like the best defensive lineman we had on our team this year, your last year. So BG, happy retirement. I wish you the best. I hope that you stay with Philly. They get you a nice little corporate job. You can suit and tie it if you want. I know you probably don't want to suit and tie it. You're going to be on the field and stuff talking trash, but as long as you're around, I think it's dope. I think a number retirement is deserving as well. I'm just a Philly fan, so I probably retire a lot of numbers, so I can't really be in charge of stuff like that. But BG, thank you. These 2 Super Bowls that I've gotten in my lifetime are thanks to you, a strip on Brady, you prepping the team this year as well, man. Like, hats off to BG. Happy retirement. Back to our departures. Darius Slay, big play. There's going to be some people out there that are going to say, Darius Slay, Blirt TV talks a lot of trash about you. Thank God that wasn't recorded. But Darius, you know how football fans are, especially Eagles fans. We're going to be critical. We're going to be honest. And if you let up a pass that you shouldn't have let up because you look like you were half asleep, I'm going to say something. And you had those moments. It is what it is. You went to 2 Super Bowls with us. You won us the Super Bowl. You had the pick in the playoffs where Jordan Love thought he had you. And I'm picking this off. You threw the ball to me. Slay, thank you, Slay. Slay, thank you. Do your thing out there in Pittsburgh. Millen Williams, front center. Trench worker. That boy got up there. You remember that dunk in the Super Bowl? Boom! That boy dunked that thing. This video is going to be long. I can't go through these names without thanking you guys. Thank you, Milton Williams. Wish you the best in New England, man. I'm in New England right now. I might come watch a game just for you, Milton Williams. Shout out to you. Your dad doing the belt to ass too. Come on, man. Magical year. This year was a movie. Sweaty. Sweaty. This might be the best. I mean, think about all the celebrations the Eagles got. Woo! Josh Sweat on the sack. Yo, my name's Sweat. Yeah. Yo, cleanest celebration in the game, Sweaty. BG, you had one of those too. What up? We got some celebrations, man. I might have to do a video just on celebrations. And to end off our departures, C.D. Gardner-Johnson. Hate that this all happened in the same year. You got traded. You tore an ACL. But, brother, I want to say that you are a Super Bowl champion. You will always be remembered in Philly. Fans can never say anything negative about you. Your style is original, and it's the way football needs to be played. You play football the way it needs to be played. You have that edge. You are a dog, and can nobody question that about you. Get well, get healthy, come back next year, and make sure you ring somebody's bell, just not in Philadelphia. Shout out to CD. Now to the additions. A.J. Dillon, front and center. We need you to have Saquon's back this year. We need you and Will Shipley to make sure that he is primed and ready for the playoffs. I don't care about the regular season with Saquon Barkley. Looking at everybody's numbers who's had a 2,000-yard year, it makes me nervous. But we picked up A.J. Dillon, who's had a kind of career where he's gotten to share the workload. He shared the workload before. I wouldn't call him a number one back. I would say Aaron Jones was probably the number one, but he's gotten to share the workload. I need you to be able to be on that type of time. I need you to be able to punish the defense in a way that allows Will and Saquon to come in. You are the different pace back that we got, and we need you to be that different pace back. Adoree Jackson. You know what? We'll take both New York guys. Adoree and Azeez, both of y'all. Front and center. Azeez, hold up a sec. Adoree Jackson may be our number 2 cornerback. And it is important that you understand mentally you need to keep raising those 2 guys that are next to you. They may be better than you, but you need to keep giving them that confidence. That is the ability of veterans on the field. That is something veterans do. They have an experience about them that these young guys may not have. And even though they are dogs, even though they probably should have been all pros in their first year, both of them still may be questioning it. Well, now we got you, and you're on the team, and you're our vet in the secondary. Darius Slay and even James Badberry and Avonte Maddox played their part in making sure these guys were mentally ready for every series. You're our guy like that this year. Whether you're a starter or not, we need that. And now Josh Uche. Uche! Thank you. I'm going to talk to Uche and Aziz right here. Both of y'all need to be attacking the quarterback like a son of a gun. If I'm being honest with you, I don't want neither of you back next year. I want both of y'all to go get out there and go get sweaty contracts, go get Milton Williams contracts, go out there and get a contract. But we only do that if we win Super Bowls. I'm talking to both you and you. Both of y'all need to go out there and win the games. Y'all feel me? Do y'all feel me? If we get Aziz and we get Josh Uche to play like they're supposed to play, they're not supposed to be our starters. I'm expecting Jalix? It's Jalix and Nolan to be primed and ready. But we don't play two guys the whole game. These two need to be ready for us. Those two need to be ready for us. Adoree Jackson, these additions that we have added all will play a serious, important role if we are to go back-to-back. Now, can the Eagles go back-to-back? Well, the way everybody else has been talking, it sounds like everybody's expecting it. Because everybody keeps saying, well, they're just a great team, and you can't be a great team like Philadelphia, even though going into the season last year, nobody said Philadelphia was a good team. That's neither here nor there. If y'all wanted, I could talk Philadelphia for the next 3 hours, but I'm going to cut this short, prepare for the season, and we're going to finish off the last regular season projected season reviews. That sounds about right? Nah, I might just be rambling. But let's go through. Let's go. Philadelphia starts off the year with the win at Dallas, a win versus the Chiefs, a win versus the Rams, a win versus the Bucs, a win versus the Broncos. Oh, I forgot I'm biased, guys. They win every game. Philadelphia goes 17-0 in my projection. I couldn't do it. Looking at the Eagles, looking at who they're playing, I couldn't do it. I didn't even make a mistake with the Buccaneers. No, in my heart of hearts, I believe that they're going to win. Now, when I look at the other teams and I'm on the other side and I'm getting a feel for what the other team might be like, yeah, these guys might have a shot. Yeah, Tampa Bay's kind of our kryptonite, but what do you think I was doing all that talking about the regular season and the preseason and the offseason about? These guys are getting better every day. So I can't wait to watch the Eagles play this season. I have a floor of 10-7. If the Eagles lose 7 games this year, it will be because maybe they weren't as prepared. Does anybody actually believe the Eagles will lose 7 games? Now, there is a couple ways that the Eagles lose 7 games, but we don't try to project injuries on here. So we're going to stay away from that. But anything else, Eagles at 10-7 to end the NFL season is a loss. It's a bad year, unless they win the Super Bowl. Blirt TV, we going to run it. Blirt TV. We gon' run it. Blirt TV.